Welcome back, everyone. We are watching Shogun, and this is episode 6. It is called Ladies of the Willow World, and that sounds like an awesome title. I love willow trees, so I don't know if it has anything to do with that, but here we are, ready to see what this episode has for us. This has been amazing.
マリコ殿じゃ。そしてマリコ殿の父上、明智仁斎殿。わしの新たな家臣じゃ。
Whoa. So Toranaga was telling him now is not the time? Oh, okay. I see. So this is the image we keep seeing that has popped up a couple times.
Mariko, 我が最愛なる娘、方に心が痛む。常に従順な子であったお前にも、大義のために尽くす時が来た。命は受け継がれるもの。それが全てなのじゃ。
昨日の地震で安心はわしの命を救うてくれた。こたびで2度目じゃ。
He has decided to grant you a fief that will provide an annual salary of 600 koku. Made you his chief admiral and general of the cannon regiment.
我が軍勢は壊滅状態。いつ負け戦に引っ張り出されるか分からんという時に、お前という男は万人一人にいつま。
あれがそばにおると俺を忘れてしまい。
ならば離縁せよ。
ご容赦くだされませ。月を過ごしてまいりましたゆえ、今さら拙者が介護に思うておりました。マリコの父が謀反を起こした後、ありがたく思うてくれるだろうと。氷は解けませぬ。男に対しては違うのでございます。
So he notices that she's different around him.
マリコはわしの申し付けに従うておるだけじゃ。
They're the two first people he sees. Hilarious.
As his chief admiral, there are still ways I can disrupt his enemies. For example, I could attack the Portuguese black ship at sea, harming trade to the ports controlled by his Catholic rivals on the council.
He says that the Portuguese are a friendly nation, and he would never attack their vessel.
Believe me, the Portuguese are neither here for the good of Japan nor Toranaga-sama. They are here to gain in the name of their god.
Why do you cling to this?
何を言い争うて、そなたと安心の間に何があるのじゃ。
何も。言葉のみにござりまする。
家臣同士の不和は許さんぞ。敗北は目の前にする前立てを頼む。そこで一番上等の友情。But
it's just so funny because it's this miscommunication of culture. He doesn't need that. Join him.
通じ役じゃ。
What?
安心が枕を交わしながら話す折に。
Why?
入りようと
ござる。タイロシは皆ご家族ともども城内に閉じ込められてござる。
Damn.
He has ordered that no regent shall be allowed to leave until they can elect a 5th member and sentence Toranaga to death.
That woman has no such power. I would not underestimate her eminence. Child of a murdered Busho. The only consort to give the Taiko an heir, and she despises the church.
Oh, right. That's so true.
I think the time has come for us to turn towards Toranaga as an ally.
お父上が都でお命を奪われましてございます。
So her dad was the tyrant. Mariko's dad killed her dad.
もう行きなさい。
我らはあの女人の囚われ人というわけじゃの。
そなたのお父上のご逝去にはお悔やみ申し上げ、神人であること、また私が夫の世継ぎを埋めなんだことをご存知か。これよりそなたは落ち葉の型と呼ばれる失うやもしれぬ。じゃが全てを取り返すこともできよう。宿命にそなたの生きる様を見せてやるがよい。
そなたは能の名人じゃ、伊藤殿。ただし伊藤殿の方が私がお仕えした太后様より背丈が高いよ。
大老となり虎長の死に一票投じてくださらぬか。
殺じまいだったことじゃ。
何故かようなまでに虎長を憎むのでござる。
虎長を滅ぼすのじゃ。さすれば我らはそなたの影について語ることに。
物申せば別じゃ。
それを待っていては手遅れになります。今こそ好天の時にございます。
好天とは何でございまする。
はるか昔に練られた策じゃ。紅の空と書いて好天。つまり一気風に大坂城に
4人目の大老は石堂派。虎長様には死罪が宣告されましょ
う。長様よりお菊は今宵空いておるか聞いてまいれと申しつかりましたゆえ。
なんと光栄結構な式でございますこと。
あいにく大したものではござりませぬ。かようなものをお出ししてお恥ずかしゅうござりますが、地震でほとんどのものが割れてしもうて。
地震でぼやが出たおり、かわいそうに菊は小袖を4枚も水浸しにしてしまいまして。
誰もかも難儀なありさまでござります。
様は一晩存分に楽しまれたいのでございましょう。
まあこれは失礼。
Putting the cups down.
安仁様への褒美にござります。今や旗本であり、虎長様の大砲隊の大将でもあるお方。200問目で。
あなた様と安仁様は片時も離れる仲という話を耳にしたものにも、うちの茶屋をお楽しみいただけるかと存じます。
What is with this cup? This setting the cups down.
歌方の世
that's the Willow.
と呼ぶ方もおられます。に入ればこの世の高貴な目は届きません。
目でよろしいでしょ
う。お二方様のお越し。
She like you can do what you want to do in there too, because there's no prying eyes.
がいかぬ。
万人なぞ私は何とも思っておりません。
You must be careful. Our every gesture is being
okay.
observed.
Okay, so there are prying eyes then.
お迎えできましたこと光栄に存じまする。マリコ様にもかような場所にお運びいただき恐れ入りまする。
This is going to be interesting because both of them are in love with each other. So how the hell are they going to do this without making it obvious that they like each other? That was interesting.
Compliment the way she poured your sake. It is considered a rare art. Courtesans like Kikudono study it for you.
You pour very well.
Kikudonoのお酌を褒めておられまする。
明かりもお望み次第で真っ暗闇になりまする。こちらにおいでになる方は皆様忘れたいものをお持ちでございます。退屈、痛み、苦しみ、落胆。
Most come here to leave this place is about physical pleasure.
それだけではない。
Which it is. I offer you relief from this.
and safety to create one perfect.
Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no.
Settle your eyes on what you desire.
Kiku is really... because she's talking for her. No, don't go for her. Don't go for her. Oh, and they both, because they both want this, but they can't. Take a breath. The eightfold fence. Okay, wait, what's going on?
She invites you away with her now.
一緒に参りませぬか。
お一人でなくてはなりません。
I felt that. That was...
Thank you.
安仁様は礼を述べておられまする。
どうとお伝えくださいませ。指折り数えてお待ちしておりまする。
She is honored.
I just want to say the culture around prostitution versus like everywhere else in the world in Japan is so different. It's like this is so... everyone's aware, everyone's like, it's a beautiful thing. It's interesting because there's a lot of shame everywhere else in the world. And even now in 2024, there's still like this like dirtiness or something, but it's just, it's interesting to see that.
殿方はさまざまな野望のために戦に出られまする。領土、名誉、されど女子は常に戦うておるのでございまする。
マリコが男に生まれておったならと申しておられたが、腑に落ちたわ。
ならば私の嫁ぎ先ももう少しお考えくださればようございました。
できうる限り父の戦から遠ざけ、そなたを守ろうとしたのじゃ。いずれ父の戦を娘が受け継ぎ、そなたも存じておったはずじゃ。
私は
氷結はできぬ。お世継ぎを狙う企みがあるという確かな。一人残らず解放されるまで、それがしは票を投じるつ。この場において日の本に忠義を尽くしておるのは
かけたのは明智人才かもしれぬ。じゃが裏で糸を引いておったのは虎長じゃ。大王院様ですら大王院様は私が身ごもるよう苦き薬草で酔わせ、口にできぬようなことを強いた母になれた私一人。何故かその方には我が姿を見せつけたからゆえに宿命の目をえぐり出すことができた。
組下それがしが愚かであったわ。どこまで行っても
大坂から脱出を
Killed by bandits.
賊に切り殺されたのじゃ。
The same bandits. It's always the same one.
されど逆賊どもが太閤様のお世継ぎにあだなす恐れあらば必ずやお世継ぎをお守る好天じゃ。えいえい
Wow. Why are they zooming in on him? Very, very good episode. There was a beauty about this episode that was different from the other episodes before. And so it was a slow burn. And I am remembering when I used to drink just that first shot of whiskey, it like slowly goes down, and it was a really nice warm feeling, and there's a nice warmth. That's how it felt when I watched this episode. It was just absolutely beautiful and very just delicate, even with the way it's filmed, but with how, that just even, for example, Kiku and her apprentice, the way they set the cups down and their hand placements, the way that they speak, it's so gentle, it's very musical, it's very romantic, it's very almost perfect. And it's interesting. It's so interesting to see. I don't know. It's so different from, like, it's such a contrast to what I'm used to with maybe how I grew up and with my own self, the way I laugh, I scream, I laugh so loud, and I get, like, if I'm really sad, I'll cry. And so seeing that, it's contrast to me. I'm just having like a whoa. Very different. Just everything is so even keeled and very scripted. Everything is so scripted. It's just interesting to watch that. Makes the danger more scary because all eyes are watching. Everyone, they know you. They know what you're doing. They know what's going on. Mariko and John clearly have some sort of relationship going on, and most people can see that something's going on there. And so just the whole show of Kiku and everyone going through that whole process, it was just very interesting. Yeah, very smooth episode. Just the going down like an old smooth whiskey. That's what it is. And it's just, again, like this contrast to culture and how different Japan is, especially 15th, 16th century Japan versus where we are now, 2024, wherever you are in the world. It's just different. And just, the culture around prostitution and geisha and all of that, it's really different. It's really different. It's like, it's honorable. It's a good thing. It's seen as good. And it's just, in the Western world, it's not seen that way. Okay, like I said, briefly, it's very frowned upon, and it's interesting. So with Lady Ochiba now, I can see that she does want revenge on Toranaga. It's crazy because her dad was crazy. But this is how life works. I agree with Mariko's father. I think he did the right thing. I think he's a hero. I really like Toranaga. I love his perspective. But there's always going to be other people who see the world differently. And that's how life is. We see things completely different. Someone might see Toranaga as a hero, and another person is going to see Toranaga as a villain. And that's me, that's you, that's each one of us in this world. We've done things in this world where people are like, you're great, or they'll look at you like, no, you're not good. And it's so weird because that's just what life is. There is never going to be you can say there's a line in the sand, this is what is wrong, but there's always going to be someone else that will be on the other side of that line saying, but you're not seeing the bigger picture. You're not seeing it this way. It's kind of scary, to be honest, because it's like, how do you come together when everybody sees things so differently? You might ride the coattails of Toranaga or Ishido, just like Yabushige is, but Yabushige is really for himself. He might agree with a little bit of Toranaga's viewpoints and a little bit of Ishido's viewpoints, but he's the man. To him, he's like, I know what's the right thing. I'm just ranked lower than them for now, but who knows? Things might change. So it's just interesting. People are just riding the coattails of whoever they can until they can maybe stab you in the back or take over. And this isn't for everyone, obviously. There are people who are very loyal, caring, and on your team no matter what. But then there's other people who aren't. And so it's this type of stuff, this 15th century, these games have not ended. This continues to be the case. You might think that's not how it is, but it is. It is. Even in our lowly, we're commoners, we're not anywhere near the wealth or anything that these people were. Doesn't matter. The waitress at Applebee's might have something against you. You know, like, you don't know what's going on. You just don't know. And this series is really good at showing that. Like, everyone has a piece of something that they want. They want something. Kiku wants something. I believe it's Omi. He wants something. Yabushige wants something. Mariko wants something. Buntaro wants something. Buntaro supposedly loves Mariko. Perspectives. We are going to agree to disagree on this. I don't believe he loves her. I believe that John loves her. And but that's my perspective on it. I think the type of love that Buntaro has is a very hurtful love. He's hurt her physically. He's hurt her mentally. Talking about her filthy clan, someone who loves you doesn't talk about your past in that way. And it's more of a selfish love. But that's my opinion on that. It's just crazy. This whole time, I guess he could have divorced her. But he says he loses himself because of her. Well, I guess, but clearly it's not working. She never loved him. She never did. And she honored her father, and that's what has happened. But at this point, Buntaro, he's going to seek some sort of revenge against her, and I don't know what that's going to look like, but he's kind of unhinged when it comes to her. Like he said, I lose myself because of her. So that scares me, to be honest. That is not love. That's just not love. It's interesting to hear Toranaga confirm, kind of like, look, Mariko, your dad saw so much potential in you that he saved you by marrying you off to Buntaro, because he knew you had the smarts to get to the point to finish what her father started, which also Toranaga is a part of. So it's just interesting that we're going to see her fulfill her destiny, because she keeps talking about wanting to die, but that's probably not the case. She can't die, at least not yet. She needs to fulfill something for her father, and it won't be in vain. All this time spent married to Buntaro, and she has a beautiful son that came from that marriage. And so I think that's positive. That's a beautiful thing. So we're going to see what happens with her, what happens with Lady Ochiba, what happens with Toranaga, this crimson strike. I don't know what it was called, but the blue crimson or something like that. They're going to ambush Osaka, the castle. It's going to be crazy next week, that's for sure. So I'm excited to see what happens. And I think the last thing I can think of that was just very beautiful and sweet was when John just brushed his hand against Mariko's hand as she left. That melted my heart so much. And it was not even a kiss, it's not even a grab, but there's something, just that love that is really truly there. I can't get over it. We're seeing two different types of love. It's like at some point you need to know, when is it over? When is it over? And that means that there's someone else that's more fitting for you. I think that's something that we forget. If it doesn't work in a romantic relationship, there is someone else that can fit you, that will fit better. But we get obsessed, we get stuck. Again, that's not a pure love. That's not a good, healthy love. But that's a love that I think most of us we go into a lot. And it's just, I think just self-awareness on that is important. But just seeing one person saying, talk about your filthy, disgusting last name, show who you are, and another person seeing Mariko and saying, you're not that broken house. I don't know how many times you've been broken and built up. Maybe you've been broken and built up 1,000 times, but all I see is a perfectly built and put together house. I only see you. And to me, even that they have such a short time period together, that is just beautiful. That's what you want in a partnership. You don't want someone to see all these negatives and to feel intimidated by you or jealous of your accomplishments or how good you are, how smart you are. You want to feel like equal and learn from each other and grow with each other throughout life. So that's, to me, that is what love is. And I just, my heart would like flutter to see him brush her hand. I will see you guys in the next episode. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, everybody.